friends, welcome back. Today we have a great fun evening ahead of us. I needed some company, so I'm bringing you along with me. I've got to get some pressure canning done. Back when we did our meat chicken butchering, I had promised when I butchered those chickens that I would show y'all how I pressure can off grid, and that didn't happen. I pressure can outside. We don't have AC, our RV is very small, and the amount of heat it takes to pressure can something will heat that sucker up super fast. So I pressure can all of my stuff outside on a little cook stove. So let me show you what I'm working with, what I've got going on. So this is my pressure canning setup. It's simple, it's easy, it's just a 20-pound propane tank, and this was actually made for deep frying turkeys. It came with a whole kit. Like, I got a ginormous pan and a whole setup to deep fry turkeys with it. After like the first of the year, just start looking for them on clearance. We actually got this one at Walmart. I think we paid $30-something for it, and it's originally over $80 for this kit. But they ordered them in for like Thanksgiving, Christmas time, where people actually deep fry turkeys and things. And then if they don't sell them, they clearance them, so they don't have to hold them over until the next year. So make sure you check your stores after the holidays to see if you can find one on clearance. I am a big time couponer, clearance haul shopper, stuff like that. It is how we make our life work on a budget, and it is why we are pressure canning today. So the other day, I was sitting on the couch talking to Kenneth after he got off work, like he had just gotten home. And I'm scrolling Facebook, just resting for a few minutes. And there it was, this sale flyer. They were having a major meat sale going on. And I need meat. We all need meat, right? Now, it is conventional, commercial meat that is raised, the bare basics, basically. Some people are probably going to give me flack for that, but you know what? In my family, we work on a good, better, best situation. Good being that we have meat to eat. Better being that we have organic meat to eat, and best meaning that we raise that meat ourselves. This meat we cannot raise ourselves right now, and it is crazy expensive with today's food prices to try to get an organic version. So we went with the good option of getting commercial raised meat and cooking it for our family. It's still better than going somewhere like McDonald's for dinner, and I got it much cheaper. I got 10 pounds of ground beef for $20. And I got 12 pounds of pork chops for like $10. Maybe it was 10 pounds of pork chops for $12. It was one of those. So it was a good deal. We're going to hot pack this ground beef and cold pack our pork, which is going to sound a little tricky because I'm going to try to fit it all into one pressure canner, hot and cold. How's that going to work? I'm going to show you. I've got the All-American, I think it's the All-American 921 pressure canner, that for using the regular size mouth pint jars, I should be able to fit 17 pints in the canner. That's what their website says. I've never tried to fit that many in the canner before, but we're going to give it a try today. I may have more than that. My first deal is going to be canning up the pork and cooking the ground beef. So I'm going to get all the pork chops, because that's what they were, pork chops. I'm going to get them chopped up. The bones are going to the chicken because I have more canned broth that I know what to do with, and more bones waiting in my freezer for canning broth. So all of these fresh bones are going to go straight to the chickens. Let them have their way with them. Get them some extra protein in their diets. It works out. It's great. Okay, so the ground beef is still a little frozen. It'll take a little longer to cook up, but that's not a big deal. Voila! Our ground beef is now cooking right here. This is a great way to cook in the summer if you don't want to heat up your house. I'm telling you, when these go on sale, invest in one. so awesome. Also, propane cooks much faster than like a heat stove, so it won't take that long to cook this at all. So while that cooks, I'm going to go chop up my pork chops, I should say, into like inch-sized cubes and stick them in pint jars. Yeah, let's get it done. Now, I usually use my canned pork for things like soups, pulled pork. This is my favorite way to do pulled pork now. It's so easy. I just open a jar and heat it up, and I can literally smash it with the back of a spoon in the pot. And it's good to go. I put my seasoning on it while it cooks, and I just do it that way, and it is so good. The salt is completely optional. It's just for flavor. The vinegar, however, to wipe your rams is not. It actually helps get any fat that may have gotten on there from your meat off, so that your steel doesn't fail. So, that's a pretty important step. Now, I did not add any water to these jars, just pork and salt. As they cook in the canner, all of that juices from the pork will cook out and make its own broth. I ended up with 6 jars of pork. I should get 10 jars of ground beef, because it should be 1 pound per pint jar, but we'll see how that goes. Okay, so those are going to start coming up to temperature. Let's check our ground beef. Oh yeah, that's done. Taking this ground beef inside.
This ground beef is good.
Hey, you want to take these pork bones and this fat over to the chickens?
Yeah.
Yeah? So I don't know if you've seen the video where we redid our chicken pen. They're no longer in chicken tractors.
Oh, we got a net.
We did get a net so we could catch chickens if we need to.
Put my glasses on. Whoa, we got fire in it. We got fire in it. We got fire in it. Come on.
I just gave them a small portion of the meat and fat scraps tonight because it wouldn't fit in their chicken bowl for in the morning. So I went ahead and fed it to them tonight. They've already had their food and everything for the day. It's just an extra little bonus.
Gubby dub dub. Gubby dub.
I did end up exactly with 10 pints of ground beef. And this right here is the whole reason I wanted this specific pressure canner. You can double stack your pints. You're trying to get on some diamonds.
Yeah. It is one. You want diamonds?
Alright, so I got 9 on the bottom, I got 7 on top, that's 16 total, 6 of pork, 10 of ground beef. Time to get started. So because I'm outside, I'm not on level ground, I do have to take the extra time and make sure my lid is on my pot equally and it's not tilting. So if you're trying to pressure can outside, make sure you check that. Now we just need to wait for our steam to start evacuating. We'll let that do that for 10 minutes, put our pressure weight on, and start the canning process. See y'all in a bit. That didn't go according to plan. Plan 2, pressure can inside. Helps if you have a big pressure canning day that you check your propane tank to make sure it's not going to run out in the middle of your pressure canning. Nobody's perfect. I'm going to go inside and finish my pressure canning. I will see you next time, friends. For now, bye. I will see you later.